Hey everyone, it's Mara. So I'm here today with the Sharing Wellness Promoting Health episode. So the information is educational. If you have health concerns, you know y'all are supposed to contact your health practitioners. So today I'm going to talk a little bit about the immune system, gut health, and things you can do to promote overall health. So talking about the immune system, here's the basics. Our immune system refers to many parts of our body that are involved in protecting us from invaders, bacteria, viruses, fungus, mold, toxins. Our immune system has two parts, the innate, which we're born with, and the adaptive, which kind of is created and developed throughout our lives based on our exposure. So our innate system is our body's first line of defense when something comes into contact with us that it's not supposed to. And it's the innate system that also mediates inflammation. So the cells within this system travel about the body all the time looking for threats. And when they find a threat, their job is to try to destroy it. And if they're not successful, the adaptive immune system kicks in. So many of you might have heard the terms mast cells, macrophages, natural killer cells, monocytes, neutrophils, basophils, eosinophils. Those are kind of part of the innate system. And when that system can't handle it, it goes to the adaptive immune system. And that handles more the complex threats or the threats that get past the innate. And that's where you find lymphocytes known as B and T cells. And they work on creating antibodies in our blood and mucus. So T cells kind of focus on our cells and they're here to help our body produce antibodies. So the immune system is made up of many parts: adenoids, bone marrow, lymph nodes, lymphatic vessels, Peyer's patches, spleens, thymus, tonsils, and all those make up the many parts of our immune system. Our lymph nodes are connected by lymphatic vessels, and they're located all throughout our body, and their functions to carry lymphocytes to the lymphoids and our bloodstream. So the lymphatic system doesn't have a pump like our heart. So if we don't move, it doesn't move. So that's kind of our immune system. And our gut basics are as follows. So our gut's made up of microbes, and those are known as the gut microbiota or the gut microbiome. And the good microbes in our gut are called probiotics. There are trillions of microbes and microbiome throughout our whole body. In fact, 90% of us are microbes and 10% are human cells. So because we have so many microbes in our body has, you may have heard the term gut symbiosis, and basically what that means is our gut relates to lots of parts of our body, and since there's so many different microbes, we have to, the other parts of our body came up with a beneficial relationship with them. So our gut microbiota influences many aspects of our body, including our weight, our skin, our immunity, our blood sugar, hormones, cardiovascular system, neurological system, respiratory system, and glandular system. So the microbiota have a huge role in our overall health. So our gut works with all those systems, and it also helps to process the food we eat, turning it into nutrients our body can absorb. So things go from our gut through our intestinal wall, which acts as kind of a barrier between our gut microbiota and the body. So this barrier is physical as well as chemical, and the physical parts made of epithelial cells, molecules of mucus, and the chemical parts created by cytokines or inflammatory molecules, antibodies, and immune cells. So the microbiota cross through these barriers and are absorbed into our blood, and they travel all throughout our body. So the healthier our gut is, the better our physical and chemical barriers can respond, and the healthier we are. So when you look at these structures, 70 to 80% of our immune system is in relationship to our gut. And through this symbiotic relationship, the gut microbes and the immune cells work together to support us and protect the body. So this amazing relationship started at birth, and as we grow and develop, our immune system influences the gut microbiota, and the microbiota influence everything else. So this is something to consider on why it's so important to do some healthy habits, which I'm going to talk about in a minute. So when this relationship weakens, things leak out that aren't supposed to, putting more stress on the rest of our body. So not only is it things that we take in, but if we have too many bad microbes compared to the good microbes, more endotoxins can occur, which fuels more inflammation in the body, metabolic dysfunction. And endotoxins are just toxins that are secreted by microorganisms. And we have a lot of microorganisms in our body, and they're always secreting that. It's when things become out of balance that those become a problem. So if we look at that really tight relationship between our gut health and the health of our immune system, plus all the other systems of the body, it's really huge. The other thing I always like to look at when I look at the overall health is the science of epigenetics. And epigenetics is the study of changes in organisms caused by modification of gene expression rather than the alteration of the genetic code itself. So in other words, it's how our environment, our lifestyle, our habits, the foods we eat, everything we do impacts our gene expression. So sometimes that's hard to grasp. However, our habits actually influence what our cells do. So an example, an office worker isn't maybe going to produce as many muscle cells as an Olympic athlete because of the demands on the body based on his lifestyle and his habits. So what can we do to support overall health? We can drink clean water, eat a healthy diet, move our body, manage stress, get enough sleep, minimize our exposure to toxins, take steps to avoid infection that we've all been hearing about with COVID-19 out there. Wash your hands, wipe things down. And if you smoke, quit. And if you drink alcohol, you should always drink it in moderation. So many of us feel that we drink a lot of water, but actually we should be drinking half our body weight in ounces of water per day. So keep in mind that when we say water, we're referring to green drinks, herbal teas, liquids from soup, liquids from fruits and veggies. That all counts as hydration for the body. Experts say that if you are feeling thirsty, you're probably dehydrated. And next time you're thirsty, you may want to ask yourself if you notice any of these symptoms like constipation or fogginess, muscle weakness, trouble losing weight, dry skin, fatigue, or dizziness and headaches. Those are all signs of dehydration. You also want to make sure that you drink clean water, okay? So if you don't have a water filtration system to drink your water out of or to take a shower, and you may want to look at getting one and installing them at this time because it's just going to be less for your body to have to deal with. Because in our water, there's always trace amounts of disinfectants, disinfectant byproducts, inorganic chemicals, more microorganisms, more organic chemicals, chlorine, old prescriptions, tons of stuff's in our water. And if you've never looked at your city water report or the EPA primary drinking water regulations, you may want to Google that and pull it up. You also want to eat a healthy diet. Now, a healthy diet, how I look at it, is food in its natural form like God created it. You want it to be free of any artificial colors, flavorings, chemicals. You want to focus on whole and plant-based foods like leafy greens, vegetables, whole grains, nuts, seeds, legumes, fruits. If you're going to eat meat and fish, you want to make sure to restrict your portion size to maybe the palm size of your hand so you're not overdoing it. Preferably, if you can, eat organic or wild-caught fish or maybe grass-fed. Eat a lot of healthy fats during the day, like avocados, virgin coconut oil, olives, nut butters, flaxseed, chia seeds, ghee, and pack your diet full of fermented foods like yogurt, kefir, sauerkraut, kimchi, tempeh, kombucha, sourdough breads, fermented Bragg's apple cider vinegar. Because the foods you want to avoid are bread, pasta, cookies, cakes, white potatoes, soda or pop, and many sugary cereals. because these foods really lack fiber and they're really low in nutrients, which can leave you feeling hungrier later, but they're not really serving a major purpose for providing stuff for the body. You also want to avoid unhealthy fats like saturated and trans fats or hydrogenated fats. And a lot of people with chronic health conditions or inflammatory problems avoid gluten, dairy, eggs, and nightshades. The food we eat plays a really important role in maintaining a diverse and properly functioning gut microbiota. Prebiotics and probiotics are very beneficial. They have beneficial effects for the gut as well as benefiting many various functions of the body. So when I think of the probiotics and the good microbes in the gut, they like to eat plants, fiber, also known as prebiotics, and fermented foods, which contain lots of probiotics. And when you eat a diet high in those things, you're creating a diverse microbiome within your gut and body. The yeasty, not so good microbes tend to eat more sugar and more processed foods. Digestion takes a lot of work by the body. You know, raw fruits and vegetables, things in their natural form are much easier to digest, but the body has to break down all that food, get rid of the junk, take what's good, and then pass it on. And that's a lot of work, and that uses a lot of your body's energies. So many of you may notice that you have gut problems like you're gassy or bloated or indigestion, heartburn, constipation, leaky gut, pain. You don't eliminate regularly. A lot of people that I've worked with, when they switch to a healthier diet, they tend to have more problems in the beginning than they would like, and part of that's because their microbiome isn't used to eating what they're giving it, so they're kind of switching it over, which causes a little discomfort in the beginning. So if you're feeding your body good foods, you're going to feed all the systems of your body and your immune system healthier biotics. You also want to move your body, because moving your body moves your lymph. And lymph is what carries all those lymphocytes throughout the body, helping our immune system. And if we don't move, provide movement for the body, the lymph system isn't moving. It also helps you maintain a healthy weight, it reduces your risk of cardiovascular disease, obesity, type 2 diabetes, and certain types of cancer. It strengthens your bones and muscles, and it can help you reduce stress. I know I get up every morning and exercise for at least 30 minutes, and it helps me with my stress. It helps me stay more positive. If you don't move your body, you can get an energy imbalance, causing you to gain weight because you're eating more than you're burning off. It increases your risk for cardiovascular disease, including high cholesterol, blood pressure, and insulin. It increases your risk for developing certain types of cancer. It creates a lack of movement or a stagnant lymph system, and it can lead to low bone density. So how much should you move? Well, they say that adults should do 2 hours and 30 minutes a week, or 30 minutes a day, and you should combine cardio with strength training. And I know right now we're all at stay at home, but there's lots of things out there like walk at home. Leslie, a lot of yoga studios are doing online classes, weight training, so there's lots of things you can do online at home. The other thing that really impacts our immune system is stress. And right now it's hard to not be stressed, especially with a lot of the fear going on. So stress really reduces the ability of our immune system to fight off invaders, making us open to infections. When we're under a lot of stress, we're running around in fear. The corticosteroids kick in and they weaken our immune system, making it actually less effective, lowering our number of lymphocytes. So if you're under stress, you want to maybe start doing things that will help. Exercise is one of them. You can breathe deep in through your nose and out through your mouth. Listen to your favorite relaxing tunes. I've been playing a lot more music because it's so quiet in the house. The roads are quieter. Everything's quieter. You know, exercising daily. You may want to diffuse some essential oils if you have those, like lavender or bergamot or sweet orange. Those are helpful. Deep breathing improves your energy level. It helps your body detoxify. It helps you relax and cope with stress. It actually triggers the release of endorphins in your body, which can cause instant change, and it improves your mood. So during the day, practice taking deep breaths, like start doing it in the morning when you get up. Take a couple deep breaths before lunch, before dinner, mid-afternoon, before you go to bed. And pretty soon it'll become a really positive habit. Sleep's also really essential to the body. When we sleep, our bodies do very important work, especially between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m., to maintain our overall physical health. And according to Mayo Clinic, when we don't get enough sleep, infection-fighting antibodies in cells are reduced, leaving our body weak when we're trying to fight off infections. So you want to shoot for at least 7 to 8 hours of sleep tonight. I read a study once that said if you actually went 11 days without sleep, your body starts systematically prioritizing and shutting things down, which was kind of scary. So there's many reasons we don't sleep, especially now, because we're thinking about the latest newscast, where are we going in the future, what's going on. So that's going to make too much noise in your head, cause you to have trouble falling asleep, give you that mental chatter. Sometimes you're too cold or too hot, you're not feeling well, or your pain level's up. So create a sleep routine, because that really helps. So before it's bedtime, shut off all your electronics about 30 minutes before. No TV, no cell phones, no computer. Go to bed and get up at the same time every day, especially during this time. Trying to maintain a normal, as much normal schedule as you can would be very helpful. You can, again, do the deep breathing exercises to relax you. Use essential oils, like I made an essential oil mist with lavender and orange, and I spray my pillow with it. And maybe just, make sure that even though we're stuck inside, if you can, get outside or open a window and breathe some fresh air. That'll help. Minimizing our exposure to toxins is also going to help, because the less toxins we put on our body and in our body, the less work our body has to do removing them, and it can do other things. So check out your personal care products, your cleaning products, your cooking utensils, and the chemicals and things that you're doing and what the labels on your food say, and try to clean those up as much as you can to reduce your intake. Since 1950, they say 84 to 85,000 chemicals have actually been introduced in the market, and not a lot of them have been tested for safety. And in the latest umbilical cord blood test, babies are showing approximately 300 chemicals. So we are really chemical oriented, and if we can do something ourselves to reduce that, we're just going to be better off. So you may want to make your own cleaning supplies, use more natural body care products. Next time you need storage containers, upgrade them to something safer than what you currently have. If you're not doing anything safe, your cookware, you may want to add like a HEPA filter to your air and central air, water filtration products, and clean up the clutter in your house. Because I've taken this time to go through my whole house. I've been through my closets, my cabinets. I've cleaned up a lot of clutter, and I feel a lot less stressed. And going forward in this, social and spiritual support's really important. A lot of experts say there's really only two basic emotions, and that would be love and fear in varying degrees. And when we approach things from a place of love, it builds us up, and our nervous system and body are happy. It makes us smile, it makes us relax, and it makes us enjoy what we do have, even though we don't have a lot of things right now, or many of us are feeling we don't. We do have a lot. So focusing on what we do have and coming from a place of love is going to be really beneficial, because a degree of fear drags us down and makes our nervous system kick in that flight or fright mood, and that causes our body to work. So if you feel like you're moving toward fear or panic or unhappiness, try to focus on something that you really, really love or you really enjoy doing, and go do it, because that's what's going to keep us all positive and strong when all this is over, to move forward. Because emotions, they're definitely very complex. So if you're lonely, pick up the phone and call somebody. One of my girlfriends had a birthday today, and I sang her a song and made a goofy little video and sent it to her, and hopefully it made her day. There's also supplements that they say, vitamin A, C, E, D, folate and folic acid, iron, selenium, zinc, and probiotics are all beneficial, but it's also really important to eat right, eat plants, fiber, and fermented food. So I want to thank you for watching this. I want everybody to stay healthy and be safe. And remember that love's going to make you feel better. It's going to make everybody else feel better. And I've run my life since my accident in '94 on God never gives us any more than we can handle. Even if we don't think we can, we really can. So thanks.